What's up, people? I am on my way to Dunfab Motorsports to drop the car off. The transfer case has finally arrived from Paramount Performance. I got to drop the car off. I'm on my way to work, so this is going to be interesting. I'm really pressed for time. I have about an hour to play with, and we'll see. But we'll be here in a minute. We'll get out. We'll show you the transfer case. We'll talk about it for a second, and then that'll be it for the update. All right, back in a moment. They're literally located right off of Route 73 in Pensacola. If you are familiar with the area, you're driving down 73 headed towards Philadelphia, towards the Tacony Bridge. There is a Wawa on your left-hand side. You go behind the Wawa Industrial Park. There's a school next, like across from them. Real easy to get here.
What's up, dude?
What's up? Oh, look at that. I need something like that. All right.
You want to see it?
Yeah, absolutely. You kidding me? I've been waiting for almost a month. Now, this is the inside of Dunfab, as you've seen before. This place is awesome. All right, let's go take a look at... There it is.
It's all polished up and everything.
Wow, they sure shined it up real nice and
Yeah,
neat.
they did. We were surprised.
I've never seen one that was polished.
Yeah, it looks nice too.
Now, my question is, are we going to reuse my old motor, I guess? That's a good question. But here's the transfer case. So I'm going to go talk to these guys here in a second and get some more details on this. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, well, I'm outside of Dunfab. They got a Rolls Royce that they're tinting. How badass is that? We're going to leave the Hawk here today. It's Thursday. They're going to attempt to get a shot at getting it done today. These guys are awesome, man. I highly recommend them. They're over here in Pensacola, New Jersey. Look at all the cars they've got in the lot. They got a Rubicon. They got all kinds. Mopars, Mercedes. You got some. You got a Camaro over there. You got all. There's a Corvette. Oh God, my eyes are so bad. I just called that a Camaro. My bad. Look at this. They got all kinds of stuff here. My alarm's going off. So we're going to walk on out to the Wawa because we need to go meet our ride since Lyft is screwing me over. So I'm gonna have to hump it for a couple of blocks. No big deal. And lose some of this dad bod anyway. But just in case you were curious of how to get to Dunfab Motorsports, this is what the industrial park looks like. There's a little sign right there that points to them. Really, really easy to find right off of Route 73 in Pensacola, New Jersey. There's a Wawa that we're heading up to here in a moment. But most importantly, if you just put them in the GPS, it'll take you right here in a second. The Twin Bridge. It says Twin Bridge. Yeah, it's a Twin Bridge. It's 8470 Charlie is their address, I think. No, that's it. So, all right, let's go walk up here and grab our ride.
2 days later.
Huh? Uh-huh. I curled mine, that's why.
What's up, people? We are on our way to pick up the Trackhawk from Dunfab. I get to drive in Mama's car here. Oi.
Hi.
Hi. All right.
Do not.
What?
Nothing.
You know, I can switch the front like this. Look at that. Ah, it's hot in here.
It is okay.
It's getting hot in here. So
Don't.
turn on your air conditioner.
As I do not take off all your clothes.
No, we would have a massive protest here because it would be not good. All right, so well, she drives and I panic. We're on our way over to Dunfab Motorsports to pick up the Trackhawk. We won't be able to get the relearn process done today But everybody I've spoken with says it's fine to drive it. I'm not going to be beating on it. I'm just going to drive it home and then contact the dealership. I called a couple places today, a couple dealerships today, and they said they would do it for me, but I have to come during the week. They don't have any, they don't do any big work on the weekends. So, all right. Well, I'm going to put my seatbelt on.
I can't believe you haven't yet.
I know. I can't believe I haven't either. How many accidents do you have? She said, "Stop."
I'll fly into my car
Like a magnet.
literally.
She mad. All right. She's gonna be like, "Don't do that."
Watch it.
All right. Well, this is about a 30-minute drive, so we'll be there in the snap of a fingers. All right. Anyone just park for a second? Look, see the Rubicon? That's something you should get right there.
He has a spare car.
I think it looks awesome.
I know, it's a
All right.
spare car.
There's a spare car, and it's a nice car. All right, let me run in real fast. I'll be right back. Oh, you know what? Let me leave this here. So I'm driving the Trackhawk home from Dunfab Motorsports. We just picked it up. We're going to go get the relearn process done on Monday, but she drives fine. There's no binding. I don't feel any of the binding that they thought they felt. I don't feel anything yet. We're in auto mode, just driving in auto. I haven't engaged any different mode or anything, but I do not feel, sorry, the camera's all whacked down here. I don't feel anything different. All right, so if you've been following along, it's been a month since this transfer case issue, this failure. It's finally resolved, but we're supposed to be going to the dealership this week to get this relearn process done, and I don't feel any issues. Easy pass only. I don't feel anything different here. This is crazy. Like, straight, normal, everything's driving good, no codes. Find out in a minute when I go to park it if there's anything going on. Boy, driving an auto just sucks. It's so sluggish. All right, we'll finish up updating you on this. I'm just like driving and being concerned about it, so. What's up, people? Literally the worst day that I could have chosen to come to the dealership early in the morning to get this relearn process installed on my transfer case. But I have to do it, even though there's a tropical storm coming up the coast that is wreaking havoc in our area. Right now there's a lull in the storm. It's just drizzling, but it's going to be bad in a little while, and hopefully I can get this in and done and get out of here. All right, so what's going on? So we broke our transfer case. How do we know we broke our transfer case? Because of this. These codes up here at the corner of your screen. Not going to elaborate onto what we think caused the OEM transfer case to fail, but we completely understand in the Trackhawk community that the transfer case is the weakest link, plain and simple. There are too many people that are bone stock, over modified guys that are having transfer case issues. With that said, we were out at a farm. We were leaving. Car slipped on some wet grass. Do I think that's what caused it? Absolutely not. But that's when the light came on. When the wheel was hard to the left and it was skipping. The service electronic stability control, this, came on. So I called some people about what it could be. First person I called was Josh at HHP because I completely trust the guy. That is my go-to shop. They're the first people I call when I think there's something major that's gonna happen when I'm gonna end up upgrading. So he gave me some advice, and I took it. We then took the Jeep over to Dunfab Motorsports here in Pennsauken, New Jersey, that I'm driving through right now. Those guys diagnosed the situation the proper way. They went through everything. They literally checked if there was any water intrusion in the rear bumper module to see if that was causing this. They checked the wiring harness, going to the motor underneath the seat to see if anything was doing this. And then, of course, pulling the codes and it basically saying transfer case clutch is, basically fried. So after that, then I called Skip at Demon Performance and I said, look, I need a transfer case. I know you guys recommend the Paramount one. Paramount Performance makes a beefed up transfer case. I know you can't, if you don't see it on Demon Performance's website, go to Paramount Performance's website. They basically take your OEM core, machine it so it'll fit more clutches. The clutch pack is better. It'll be a little stiffer. You're going to have a little binding sensation when you're done, but it's going to be stronger, okay? We had that installed a couple days ago. The last part of the process is to have the relearn process done to the transfer case, meaning they're basically going to hook up their scan tool, their dealership level scan tool, and they're going to reset or recalibrate, whatever you want to call it, the computer to let the clutch pack or the transfer case know where everything's at. That's what I've been told. I've also been told from people that I don't need it. I've also been told by a lot of people that I do need it. So we're on our way over here to get it done. I have my tuner already hooked up, as you can see, because I don't keep it in the car. But the reason I have it hooked up is because I have to take my TCM tune out before we have this done. So I left early. My appointment is at 0900. It is 0810 right now. Gives me plenty of time to get to this dealership in the next 7 minutes. I'm going to arrive. And double and triple check that the TCM tune is indeed removed from the car. It's a process. We will make it quick and go through and show you, but yeah, I'm not going to show you the whole thing. If you don't know how to do it, you can ask me and I can make you a whole video on loading and unloading tunes. It's not that hard, but I want to try to make this as fast and as easy as possible, okay? So we're getting close. Once we're there, we'll go right into pulling the tune out, or the TCM part of it anyway, out. And the car drives fine right now in a straight line. There's no issues. It is when you start to turn you can feel that little bit of binding, but again, some people have told me that's normal going forward with a beefed up transfer case. And if that's the case, I'm all right with it. Nothing different as far as driving the vehicle. But we will see if this process, this relearn, improves it any. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, I still have a couple of people that told me to reach out to them. That will help get it almost back to 100%, the feel-wise normality, or whatever you want to call it, what it was, OEM. We haven't gone that route yet. One step at a time. So we're going to be here in a minute, and then we're going to take this tune out, okay? Hold on. All right, we're almost done with this, so we will be back in a second once we get this thing finished. What's up, people? I don't think I could have picked a worse day to try to do this, but we're going to try to get through it. Number one, if you found this video, chances are you are searching a solution because you have a service electronic stability control on your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT or Trackhawk. So hopefully I can help you out, because I just went through this whole process, and I'm literally coming back from the dealership today after a month of this, soaking wet in a tropical storm. I'm not kidding. Tropical storm Isaiah is slamming the area right now with 60 and 70 mile an hour winds. I'm just trying to get home, and I don't know if they're going to let me over the bridge, but you'll get to find out here in a second. So anyway, the very first indication that there was a problem happened a month ago. The service electronic stability message popped up along with traction control light. Okay, now when you go into your diagnostic in the car, it's not going to have it. You won't see it. If you hit the diagnostic tool, it won't show up. It'll be stored in your messages. So go to your messages and we'll say service electronic stability control. You will be constantly reminded daily, every time you start the vehicle, that that message is still there until you get it taken care of. And your traction control light will chime and turn off. You'll see the light come on. It's just like you're in track mode if you're in an SRT or Trackhawk. That light will be on. The very first thing you need to do is get it somewhere to a shop, a reliable shop. If you are stock, under warranty, take it to the dealership. Have them hook up their scan tool, diagnose it for you. If you are not, if you are modified, if you're in the area, if you're in my area, I recommend Dunfab Motorsports in Pensacola, New Jersey. Take it to these guys. They'll hook up their scan tool, and they'll diagnose the situation for you. Okay? Couple of telltale signs that the transfer case is cracked the bed, basically. You will hear a clicking sound as you're driving. You could hear, you'll feel or hear binding, like you'll hear it when your wheels turn hard to the right or left, and you'll feel it bind. Okay, that's a good sign right there. After they hook up the scan tool and they pull the codes out, if you get these codes right here, then chances are your transfer case has shit the bed. Mine did. But they still checked everything. This service electronic stability control can be caused by multiple scenarios. Broken ABS sensor, water intrusion in a rear bumper module, harness damage. There's so many different things that they have to check. It doesn't take long. It takes a couple of hours. But once they're done troubleshooting, you want to get down to where you're very sure that the transfer case is crapped to bed, because it's an expensive fix. Okay, if you are paying out of pocket, a beefed up transfer case will cost you $26.50. It's shipped free. So I took the car to Dunfab Motorsports, and then we had to order a transfer case through Demon Performance. So I called Skip at Demon Performance, and they recommended a Paramount Performance transfer case. I'm saying transfer case so much. Anyway, we had to wait literally 3.5 weeks to get this thing because people aren't shipping their cores back, so they're a little backed up. So please, if you get a transfer case and you're swapping it out and you have to ship your core back, ship it back. You're a pain in the ass if you don't. After we got the transfer case installed on Friday, I had to take it to the dealership this morning to have the relearn process flashed to the DTCM. I think that's a DCTM, DTCM. I don't know, one of those. Before you do that, make sure you have your tuner, you hook it up, and you take out your TCM tune. If you are modified, you have a TCM tune along with your PCM tune, take out the TCM tune. Okay? That's a must. After they flash the module and you're good to go, you might still feel a little bit of binding. Okay, it's because the clutch pack in the upgraded transfer case is a lot stronger. You're gonna feel a little binding. Very, very rare, just on turns, on hard turns. Normal driving, you're not gonna feel it, but just be aware that you probably will, not to panic. It's totally normal, okay? After you get this relearn process done, it takes minutes, like a couple of minutes, that's it. And I have a place that I recommend you take it to if you need it, if you're modified. Contact Dunfab Motorsports for that recommendation. But you're going to have to put your TCM tune back in, and when you do, you're going to have a check engine light because it lost communication during this whole process. Go back in with the scan tool portion of your tuner and clear the check engine light, and you are back. You're back 100%. It couldn't be simpler than that. I'm rushing today to get this out. I'm wet because not Hurricane Isaiah, but Tropical Storm Isaiah is slamming our area right now. There's flooding. There's high winds. I'm tired. I can't get no sleep. And yeah, that's it. That's hopefully, if you found this video because you have a service electronic stability control message and any of the symptoms that I just mentioned, and you're looking for answers, hit me up. I will walk you through this. It's not that hard, but when you go through for the first time and you don't know anybody and you're trying to find people, I also have to commend and thank everybody on the Facebook page, Team Trackhawk, for all their help. Larry, for reaching out to me. Everybody who I can't remember their name at the time, reaching out on that page to help me out. Listen, thank you so much. You have no idea. You guys really, really helped out. And if you own a Trackhawk, please join that page. It is a world of resources. So, I think that's it. I think I covered everything right there. Again, if you have any questions for me, shoot me a message below. Before you go, hit the like button, hit the little bell notification next to that down here. Click subscribe. Last but not least, you guys and girls be safe. That's all I got. I'm out.